Nepal. It's a wondrous place. It's ancient and mystical, and it hums with energy from the Earth's core to the highest mountains on the planet. And here, in the midst of mysticism and magic and monkeys, I found myself with a guide, a porter, and my camera. I was going trekking to a place that was only accessible by foot, where water runs from streams through garden hoses up to the ends, and the only sound for miles is the footfalls on ancient stone stairs as you climb higher and higher toward the heavens. I was there on a last-minute business trip, and I knew I had to take advantage of this opportunity because this sort of thing doesn't happen but once in a lifetime. So without any training or preparation and a ton of blind trust, I set off with my guru/guide/protector, Bishnu, on the Annapurna trek. And after 3 days of climbing and mind-numbing exhaustion and some altitude sickness and some of the most beautiful scenery anywhere that you can imagine, I stood watching the sunrise over the top of the world. But everything that goes up must come down. And we had to make 12 miles back to our starting point that day. And if you know anything about hiking, going down is not necessarily easier than going up. So I had a lot of time to reflect. And as I walked down stair after stair, breathing in the air and hearing nothingness, I realized I wasn't the same person that had started out on the trek. I couldn't put into words that day or even weeks later what had happened to me and how I had transformed. The effect of Nepal and its people on me was profound. I began to feel and to understand the connectedness of all living things and my part in that. And to this day, I struggle to adequately describe my experience. But today I wanted to try to pass along a little bit of the wisdom that I walked away with on that journey. I encountered a lot of people from all different walks of life along the way, and while we were walking on the same path, it was clear that each one of us was on our own unique trek. And watching others, you realize that some are moving faster, and you have a choice. You can be jealous of them, or you can be happy for them. But you have to accept that you're on a unique journey, and it's meant to be different. We have limits, regardless of what our mind wants and what our plans are. When we can't go anymore, we have to let our bodies be the guide, and we have to let them guide what is next. And remember, falling is part of learning. So fall in front of others, fall in the mud, fall in the water, and pick yourself up, shake off, and keep going. It's about the attitude that you have. And be okay with your performance, because even when you push yourself to your utmost limit, you will have critics who will put you down and tell you it's not enough. And when you find that you're truly in harmony with yourself and your environment, you're going to find that the energy around you is present, and you'll know what is pure and impure, healthy and unhealthy. And just like trekking, in our daily lives, we have to take each single step with intention, because doing otherwise is dangerous. After all, when you go too fast, you miss all of the beauty around you. And it's not about getting there first or even on time. It's about getting there whole, happy, and fulfilled. And when things seem their worst, stop, pause, and center yourself. Feel the energy around you, and pull in from the outside, not just relying on your own inner strength. And as I learned, no matter how strong or how smart you are, getting there is not a solo venture. It requires a team that you have to trust to have your back and keep you from falling. You have to be able to accept this and be grateful for it and realize it's not a sign of weakness or failure. It's acknowledging the need for other people in our life and honoring what they have to give. And most important piece of wisdom from Nepal that I can leave you with is this. When you find yourself in a place or on a path that you didn't expect to be on, know that that's part of the universe's plan for you, and embrace it, because you'll find that walking the path will lead you to places and people and experiences beyond your wildest dreams. And that's precisely where you're meant to be. Namaste.